God bless you this evening to all of you out there in the cyber world. This is Reverend Dr. Lady Bishop. As usual, I have to get ready. I have to take these earrings off. It's pinching your ears to death because I've never had mine pierced. And take this mask off so that we can do our subject tonight. I am the pastor, the founder, and the God-fearing teacher of the Universal Chapel of True and Believing Prayers, home-based in New Orleans, Louisiana, now working on a foreign corporation here in Phoenix, Arizona for the last 22 years, God willing. Everything with this ministry is non-refundable, and this ministry does not accept anything but American cash or either money orders that you buy inside the United States Postal Service. That address is P.O. Box 44737, Phoenix, Arizona 85064. My phone number is 602-318-3592. Also, I answer all letters or calls within 24 hours to 15 weeks, God willing. Everything that I tell you about these herbs and the things that you'll be eating and things like that, that is if it agrees with your doctor and your system. Now tonight we're going to do skull cap tea. Correct spelling, SCULLCAP. Skull cap makes a good nerve tonic. It makes you very quiet and soothing, but it has to be mixed with other herbs also. It also helps you undo sexual drives. These are people that have problems raping people's children and raping people, and they can't help themselves. If they have the proper mixture with the skull cap, it can be very helpful and beneficial with them. And it also helps those that we don't have a lot of morphine addicts like we did back years ago. But it does help people that are on morphine to sleep with the skull cap tea. Now we need to get a mixture. Could you look up here, please, and get me the honey so I can put it here? This here is something that's very useful if you've never seen it before to make your bulk tea. It comes in like a little teaspoon that have the little holes and things in it. And then you can, thank you very much, sir. I'm going to put this in here, although it's not going to be that sweet. Do we have a spoon over there? Right? Yeah, that right there, not there. No, right on top of that, turn down, right there where the spoon is turned down. Yeah, give me that spoon. And I'm going to put some honey in here to give it a little flavor. Now, I don't know how honey works with diabetics. You're going to have to look that up and see. But you never sweeten herb teas with sugar or sweeten low, equal, splendor, different things like that. You have to do it with honey or nothing. Now this does have a little taste of sweetness to it. It's not bad. And tonight I want you to go, it's very important. Right now we have over 90 versions of the Bible. So as I've said before, when someone gives you something from the Bible, you ask them what version. Even if they tell you, it doesn't make a difference. One word can change a sentence, believe me. In fact, at the Catholic Church now, the Pope has the bishops all over the world going over the baptismal certificates and marriage certificates of those that have been married in the Catholic Church, because one word has made it not legal. And this is something they're working on. So there's a lot of Catholics out there now that are not legal. So before we get deep into this, I chose the prayer for tonight to be the dieters, like dieting, the dieters prayer. And this one was written by Cecile. Lord, help us as we diet. May we overcome each test in our daily struggle to become our very best. Give us the added strength to achieve our goals. Self-denial will benefit my body and my soul. Help me decline the treats and turn away my eyes. Give me extra energy to do my exercise. Remind me that my body is a temple for your Son. May it be the best and strongest when at last my diet is done. It took me 3.5 years, but I was at 500 pounds, but I am now down to 393 pounds. And it's all the salt, all the sugar that they have in foods today. If you go and buy a piece of meat at the grocery store now, and you wash it before you cook it, you don't even have to put any salt in whatever you're cooking, like beans or roast or whatever. That's how salty it has gotten over the last 2 years. And meat is getting very, very high. So I'm going to take a little, this is really good. Not bad at all. And tonight, I'm taking you over to 1 Samuel chapter 17 to let you know what a tormenting spirit is. I'm reading the Living Bible version, 1 Samuel chapter 17, starting at verse 13. So as David stood there among his brothers, Samuel took the olive oil he had bought and poured it upon David's head. And the Spirit of Jehovah came upon him and gave him great power from that day forward. When Samuel returned to this town called Ramah, Saul had a problem. The Spirit of the Lord left him. The Lord had sent a tormenting spirit that filled him with depression and fear. Depression is a tormenting spirit sent on by God to let you know that he's not pleased with the way you living your life. So some of Saul's aides suggested a cure. We'll find a good harpist. A harpist, it's got strings and they play it. You usually see it in pictures with angels. The tormenting spirit is bothering Saul, they said. The harp music will quiet you and you will soon be well again. All right, Saul told them, find me a harpist. One of them said he knew a young fellow in Bethlehem, the son of a man named Jesse, who was not only a talented harp player, but was handsome and brave and strong, and had good, solid judgment. What more, he added, the Lord is with him. So Saul sent messengers to Jesse asking that he send his son David to the shepherd. Jesse, the father, responded by sending not only David, his son, but a young goat and a donkey carrying a load of food and wine. From the instant he saw David, Saul admired and loved him, and David became his bodyguard. You know, when you go to people's house, you don't go there empty-handed. You always bring something to show your appreciation. And if you go into somebody's house to eat, take something. Don't be selfish. Always be in a giving spirit. So if you go on to read the rest of 1 Samuel chapter 17, you will see that David, every time he played the harp for Saul, he would calm down and get calm. And that's a word you have to be careful with. Calm. Calm down. Calm down. If it ain't the police and the doctor, don't nobody be need to tell you to calm down. And people get very upset with that. So it can save you a lot of trouble. Just like it can save you a lot of trouble, they say black men are running. And when they see them running, this came from 400 years of history, they would catch that black man, hang him, kill him. And some of that is still in people today. So you can keep on suing people, or you can help yourself a little bit until the running can be okay for black people too. And if these hoodies, if they don't want you in a hoodie, then you need to not wear that hoodie until you can get all that straightened out. So, and God does not reward criminals. And you may think that you got it going. Ain't nobody got it going. God is in charge of everything down here and each one of us. And can't nobody tell who going to heaven and who not going. You can't even put yourself there. The final decision, according to the 5 major holy books, will be with God the Father, Almighty, Jehovah, Yahweh, Heavenly Father, Adonai, Allah. Let me get some more of this skull cup. It is really good with that honey, and it doesn't taste bad if you don't put anything in it at all. But that honey can give you that sugar edge that you may or may not have. Now, all this food you need to, God has told you what you need to eat and what you don't need to eat. And what you need to do is get your Bible, and if you don't understand it, you need to get a living Bible or something that you understand. Because when you pray and say things, God doesn't know what you're saying if you don't understand what you're saying. So you need to get those Bibles out, read in this order: the book of Exodus, the book of Leviticus, and the book of Deuteronomy. And you would start with Exodus, reading 1 chapter per day. I don't care how good or whatever it is, you cannot read the Bible like you read a book. Read 1 chapter, then the next day you go to the 2nd chapter, and you go through until you have completely finished the book of Exodus. Then you start in the book of Leviticus, and you start reading 1 chapter a day. And Leviticus will give you all the laws and tell you why you put certain people to death and certain people that you don't. People don't teach the Old Testaments anymore. And that's where God set down the laws. Now I hear they got something out there called monkey pod or something like that, that's out becoming a disease among people. You're going to have to, when you get through reading Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy, you're going to find out why you shouldn't have animals inside your house. Dog licking other dogs in the rear. then that dog gonna come up and lick you all in your face and lick all your babies, and you talking about what disease? That is not cleanliness. In fact, in the Middle Eastern religion, they don't allow pets in the house. And that is what, wherever you pray, you cannot have animals. I know you won't like this and all that. You got them all. They're no more the creature that they were born with the habits that they have, because you have trained them in different ways. And I want to go back to that harp. Get you some harp music. Get you some flute music. Let that play at night while you sleeping or in the day to calm your house and to keep you calm. And we want you to read these things. Write me. I will answer your letters. And I told you to put $1 in there for one question. And put your phone number. And I will be glad to pray over it. Keep it on my altar if it's not something that's going to do something to me. And believe me, when I read the first line of your letter, I know whether it's of God or if it's of the devil. Now that you know what depression is, a tormenting spirit sent by God, maybe you can get some help now instead of Thorazine and all this other stuff like that. You need to change your life according to God and eat the things that God say. When you go to the doctor now and you tell him, the doctor tell you got high blood pressure, the first thing he used to tell you, don't you eat no more of that pork and stay off of that salt and sugar. Or now they call the pork the other white meat. You need to be very particular about what you put in your body. Let me take another couple sips of the skull cap. It really is good. Not as good as that hot chocolate, though, that comes from them churches of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Like I said, them people got some good hot chocolate. But I'll tell you, this skull cap is good. And I think I'm going to take this. I've had it here for a little while. And I'm going to take it here and use it this week. Very, very good. And it's better than coffee. And another thing, you can get blackstrap molasses, and you can take 1 tablespoon and put in a half a cup of boiling water, and then as it cools, you drink that down. That will help build up your iron, and it'll give you a whole lot of beneficial things for your body instead of coffee. Coffee can also, God bless the coffee people, coffee can make your heart palpitate. Just keep palpitating and palpitating. And it's really not good for you. But a lot of people can't live without it. And one thing, a white man, if he haven't had his coffee in the morning, don't ask him no questions till he get his first cup of coffee. And if you don't know if he got it, you need to, sir, did you have your coffee yet? And he go, oh, no, I didn't. Well, let me come back when you have your coffee. This is very, very good. Also, I wanted to say the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, not the Honorable Warren Jeffries controversial Mormon church, but the other Mormons, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This is 2 different groups of people. Not to say that some of the stuff that went on in the controversial Honorable Warren Jeffries church is not going on into the other one, but they are organized. And while you're out here paying all this money to find out where you come from and who this and that, well, the Mormons have all those records over there, and they don't charge you anything to come and talk to you about it and to help you do that. In the church there, they have a place. Now, I think this is about all I'm going to talk about tonight. And we need to become friends and let the racism go. I don't get involved in it. Never have, never would, and not going to be involved with it, because I'm not going to let nobody take my Jesus Christ mind and turn me around to hate and this and that. Whatever belongs to you, you going to get it if it's for you. Everything has a season, and we need to learn our seasons, as it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. God bless you, and thank you for listening.